hello. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Woo, we made it, y'all. 2024 almost took us out. Come on in, come on in, come on in. You know what it is. It's Monday. We're going to go ahead and kick this thing off right. So I am so excited to see y'all join in. It is such an honor once again to join you and to be in front of you to speak on today. It is Monday. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I am so ecstatic that you have taken the time out to come and join us. Hey, and while you're here, let me tell you something. Right? Hey, baby, hey. Listen. We got some good stuff that kicked off this year. We got what was it, 854 new subscribers, all because of you. So welcome aboard. I love you. We got our top content this year was dry clean only. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It might bless you. And of course, the people that have watched the longest continual without any breaks in between was When It Rained, It Pours Part 2. So I want to thank you all for just taking the time out to join. I know that it's 30 minutes of your time. You could have taken it anywhere else, and yet you chose to join here with us. So welcome. If it is your first time, this is Real Resilient Conversations. I am your host, the one that they call Miss Quita, and I am ecstatic to have you join us. So what we do is we do this as a mid-month and a end of month. But this month we are only doing our mid-month, and we want to give you time to celebrate with your family and friends. And so we do this every second and fourth. So look on your calendar. If it's not a full week, that one doesn't count. So second and fourth Mondays of every month, we want to come and give you, unless just like this month, a little something different. But for the most part, we come and give you great content that fulfills you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, so you can become a more resilient you. So with that being said, I want to take this time out, right? Whether you're watching live, you're watching a rebroadcast, you are watching for the first time or the ninth time, right? Hello, Mama Brooks. Hello, Mom. My mothers are online. I appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much. Mothers are always going to support their kids, right? I love it. So whether you're watching it and you have taken the time out to watch it for the fourth, fifth, sixth time, I appreciate your time. I know how important and valuable your time is, so I don't take it lightly, as you have chosen Real Resilient Conversation to grow. Hello, WSAN Radio here in San Antonio, the one and only Mr. Ron Gordon. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. If you have not heard WSAN Radio, he is always available. He's available on Twitch, I believe on Facebook, on Instagram. He is the one that you need to listen to on the way to work, while you're at work, doing work. This is the man with the master plan, WSAN Radio. He also is running our commercial. If you haven't heard it, you will hear it soon enough. But he's running our commercial continuously on WSAN Radio. So we thank you so much for taking the time out to share exactly who Real Resilient Conversations is, who Real Resilient Consulting is. I have to slow down. I am excited, y'all. Who we are and what we offer to the community. So come on in. Kick off your shoes, relax, get you a snack, sit back. I'm going to take 30 minutes of your time and give you some goodness to fulfill you mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, so we can grow this thing called life, right? Life always comes, and it is a time where it's coming faster than we are able to prepare, is what it looks like, right? And before I say that, make sure that you hit the notification bell. I always get nobody told you that I was coming on live. Share the ones that are online right now. Make sure that you go ahead and share it so other people know we're online, so you can have something to talk about and discuss later on in your conversations over tea and coffee. By the way, we're going to get some of those things right along with Real Resilient Conversations. It's coming. So just hold tight. We are anxiously growing and moving faster than my little legs can keep up. But that's what you have a team for, right? So today's topic is, where's my gift? Oh my goodness. When you hear where's my gift, what's the thing that you think of? You're like, what? Where's my gift? Where's my gift? Yeah, where's my gift? That sounds a little hostile, right? Where's my gift? What does it mean when you're talking about your resiliency and your gifts? What do they look like? And so on today, you usually think about automatically when I say where's my gift, you think about something that's tangible, something that's under a tree, something that you can get in a bag, something that someone is giving you in your hand. It's something tangible. But today we're going to cover 4 different areas, and it's just going to look a little different. Is that all right? Is that all right, y'all? That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. So usually when you hear "Where's my gift," because it comes off a little um, with anticipation and frustration and aggravation, like so you didn't get me anything. There was an anticipation for a gift. So as soon as that anticipation uh, is it is relayed, right? It is up to the recipient on how to respond. So what I really want to do is look at, depending on the situation, what it could be, how we can really bring in resiliency and make it a part of these 4 topics, right? So of course we're going to look at mental because you know how important mental is when we're talking about gifts. We're going to look at physical because of course most of you understand the physical gifts, but we're going to also touch on spiritual gifts, and I think spiritual gifts are a big one, before we hit onto the life gifts, right? If you understand how having gifts and not having gifts can impact your life and can impact how you move and what pulls you to move a certain way, right? If someone got you a gift and it was in a small box, you would anticipate it was some type of jewelry, it was something of value. And then if you got it and it was a light up Christmas ring, how how would you feel? What would be your thoughts? You would say, "Where's my gift? My gift should match what the box is or what the bag is, right?" I have had that happen a couple times, right? Where I thought that the gift that I was getting was going to match the wrapping or the box, and it doesn't always happen like that, right? In life, uh, in gift giving, intangible gifts, it just does not always happen that way. So, what we're doing today is we're going to talk about ways that you can lose your gift, ways that the gift that someone was going to give you can be taken away and why, right? And so when you're talking about loss or the things that they pull away, the gifts that they take back from you, why they usually do that. And it's usually coming from distractions. So you have caused a distraction in what they wanted to give you. And because of the distraction that they are enduring, it has caused them to not be able to give you the gift. Or for them to say, hey, I'll give it to you at a different time. Right now, it's just not the best time. And your question is, well, when's the best time? When's a good time, right? And so my really goodness, my words, my assignment today is to empower you with understanding your gifts, understanding how you can lose those gifts and what they look like, right? Selfishness. Selfishness can lose not just tangible gifts, but emotional gifts, physical gifts, um, spiritual gifts, all because of your selfishness, right? If your morals aren't in line, your morals are shifted, you can lose your gift, the thing that was supposed to be helpful to you and growing you and developing you and develop so that you can give it to someone else or to develop someone else. Then you end up getting it taken away because of your selfishness, because of your moral errors, because of what some hindrances such as time management. Y'all, I have to admit, I am bad, bad, bad with time, right? And it's because I have so many things going on in my head, so many ideas. And so it feels like it's bad. So let me correct myself. It feels like it's bad time management, but it's because there's so much that has not been put on paper and put into action. So then my mind continues to go, right? But ignorance, lack of humility, lack of humility. You are not as big and bad as you think you are. There's always an opportunity to grow, right? And yes, breakdown and encouraging, right? I'll try my best to make sure that I can break it down so that it makes sense, right? And so when we're talking about the hindrances, we're talking about being timid. So you're too afraid to show your gift. You're so shy, you don't show your gift. And so guess what? Now your giftings are taken away. They're limited. They are not to the best of their ability. They are not top notch. Now you're giving mediocre gifts. Nobody wants a mediocre gift. Nobody wants a gift that you just threw together, right? They want to feel that it is what? It's um, that you took the time out to make a personal connection with them to give it to them. Does that make sense? Right? And if you don't know, I am a conversation person, so I need you all to talk to me. Hi, Mita, how you doing? I appreciate you all watching. So when you take the time to really think about how misunderstandings, denying your giftings, denying who you are, and confusing your gifts as something that you are deserving of. It is something that you are just birthed with, and so you don't have to work for it. You don't have to keep it up. You don't have to do the maintenance with your gifts. And so let's look at some mental gifts, right? Some of the mental gifts is what I like to call the iceberg. And the reason I say that is because people see you, but they don't see you. You understand what I mean? Meaning that they can see the physical for you, but they don't understand what it took for you to get to where you are. They have no idea the mental capacity it took just for you to get up in the morning. For those of you going through seasonal depression, my prayers are with you, right? Because I understand. They don't know what it took for you to just take a vacation and be away from your children, or to be away from your family. You had to move. These are things that people don't talk about, but the iceberg is the things that you see versus the things that you cannot see. Right. All right. So some of the giftings that you can have, that you can receive, or that you have that are a gift to someone else. Positive self talks, and being able to um, talk your gift to someone else, to encourage someone else when they are feeling bad, or feeling like no one cares. Remind them, especially in a season where people are going through heartache. They're afraid. They're nervous. They're anxious with what the year has to bring. Speak life into them. Positive self-talk to me is speaking life into a person, reminding them just how valuable they are. Why you being a part of their life is so necessary at times. Is not necessary for a long term. It is just to encourage them and to remind them to lift their heads up once again and say, baby, you are needed in this time, in this world, at this season. You were birthed. God makes no mistakes when he birthed you here during this time, in this season. Utilize the gifts that you have of encouraging, of self-talks, of enhancing confidence, just like you do with your children. They're getting ready to ride the bike for the first time, and they're nervous. You say, you got this. I believe in you. You can do this, right? I had a friend yesterday. We were texting on the phone. He said, hey, I got to get this in. I'm doing an interview, and I got to do this voice interview here in a minute. And I said, he was like, I got to get it done before the end of the night. The only thing I said is, you got it. I believe in you. For somebody, that means the world to them. Are you utilizing your gifts to bless someone else? If you are not, then your gifts are at risk of being taken back. Does that make sense? Right. So healthy coping mechanisms. And the reason I wanted to say healthy coping mechanisms, because there's a lot of ways that you can cope. But when you're talking about healthy coping mechanisms, that is, oh, thank you, Abby, so much. I'm glad you're able to join. Healthy coping mechanisms can be being around friends and family that make you laugh. You all go out and get ice cream, or go and get a coffee, a tea, or just to be in an environment that is uplifting. Find healthy coping mechanisms. If you're going through a depression in this season, I'm telling you, this is it's been about 2 months since I've been off of the medication for my depression and anxiety. This is the hardest month of the year for me. This is the year my father was killed. This is the year my grandfather passed. This is also the year that I had an abortion. This is a hard year. I don't even think my mother knew about that, right? I had the abortion. I also had a miscarriage during the month of December. December is a rough month for me. But baby, I ain't here just for you to encourage you and tell you if God did it for me, He's gonna do it for you. Right? Your mental coping mechanisms, your motivation, your goal setting, these are all things that help you with your mental gifts. Right? Thank you, Dr. Sully. I appreciate you. He said, and that's why we got you. Absolutely. I appreciate you all so much. Just understanding that being able to concentrate is a hard thing, especially with fibromyalgia. I don't think people understand because the cute face, they don't understand, right? The iceberg, the things that I have to push through just to make it day by day, right? How much energy it takes just for me to get out of the bed, get dressed, try and look like I don't feel because I don't want people to give me the pity. Oh, you okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, well, don't do this. Oh, I don't want the pity. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I want people to look at me and say, that's a strong woman. And when she needs help, then I'm there to help her. Right? Amen, Mr. Gordon. I appreciate you. This is the time where we are to grow our gifts. What are your ethics? What are your values? Figure those things out. Right? The things that I'm telling you, have you written down and said, oh, that's me? Yeah, I can do self-talks. I help other people understand how to be more confident. I am motivating to those around me to want to do a good job. My ethics and values are something that people look at and they are proud of. And they want to do the same thing. And so I'm able to teach them. Is that something that you're saying to yourself? Right? So let's look at the physical because I know I'm on a time limit and y'all be ready to cut me off. Time. All right, physical. So that's usually the things that we can see with our natural eyes, right? You're talking about people that are strong. So when we see the muscles, we like, oh, he's strong. Oh, she's strong, right? The strength, stamina, endurance, concentration. These are all things that everyone does not is not capable of, right? In their physical gifts. Their physical gifts, also with mental gifts, that can be someone that is very intelligent and they have knowledge and it comes easily for them. Right? That also goes into mental. Sorry, I thought about it. I had to speak it. With the physical, they're flexible. They are able to coordinate dances and balance. And yeah, I'm thinking about people that are in gymnastics and can run track and can lift weights. Right? These are all things that you can see physically, and yet they're gifted with it. It takes nothing for them to go to the gym and they bulk up. It takes nothing for them to go to the gym and they slim down. It takes nothing for them but to meal prep. And then all of a sudden they have a six pack. And you're like, what are you doing? Right? That's a gift. To know what to cook, what to eat, when to eat, how to eat. These are all things that take not just concentration, but you have to be very disciplined. Usually for me, physical gifts are tagged right along with discipline. If you are not disciplined, you usually don't have the same physical gifts that people can see. Right? We're talking about power, what max force for the minimum amount of time, right? How much power they can punch. You're talking about MMAs, you're talking about jujitsu, you're talking about all these different giftings that people are utilizing with their physical bodies, and yet it is a gift. They are able to do so and teach us some things. Think about the speed that you have to be able to run. I'm thinking about people that are like police officers. They have to be able to have endurance. They have to be able to have concentration because they have to know what's going on around them. They have to be able to carry their whole vest and everything. It's a physical thing that when I see them, I automatically say that is a gift. To be able to do that, to run, to take care of other people that may or may not be out to harm you, right? I think when I think about firefighters, right? Okay, now here we go. Mr. Gordon, thank you, Mama Brooks. She said, you're strong, awesome, and a wise woman. I appreciate you. Thank you. Mr. Gordon said, accept that your gift is a part of who you are. Denying it only creates inner conflict. Oh my goodness. Mr. Gordon, you are right on target. Like ding, ding. If I had a target that I could put right here, if I could put a little target, that would be it, because you are right on target. Let me tell you, when I talked about earlier ways to lose your gifting, that is one of them, denying it. Absolutely. Your distractions, your misunderstandings is part of that denying. You misunderstand the fact that, oh, I guess I do have a gift of taking care of others. I guess I do have a gift of being encouraging to other people, helping out other people because my heart is just so big. Instead, you say, well, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I've learned, I have learned that I have to take the time out to appreciate when someone appreciates me, right? They see the gifting within me and they say, you have a gift. You make people feel seen, heard, and understood. And I had to sit back and say, oh, okay. They said, when you do that, it changes how people look at themselves. And it honestly brought tears to my eyes. I never thought that how I treat others, how I talk to people, how I encourage people, how I look at people when they talk. They say people don't look at me. People don't listen to me when I talk. I said, why not? You're talking, you're a person. They should look at you. Right? Right? Exactly. So then taking the time out to really talk to people, listen to people, internalize what they're saying before you are just quick to speak. Be quick to listen, slow to speak. Okay. All right. So let's move on to this spiritual thing since I jumped right into that, right? So for those of you who grew up in a Christian household, you probably heard this a time or two or three or four, talking about the gifts of the Spirit. Now, not just the regular gifts of the Spirit that we hear, but let me expound a little bit more on that. So we're talking about healing, we're talking about discernment, we're talking about uh, interpretation of tongues, hospitality. So one of my gifts is hospitality. I will take in any and everybody and make sure that they have a good meal, they have clean linen, and they have their own space in order to be themselves. Hospitality is what I am. That's what I do, and I take pride in doing it. It makes me feel good to see other people feel good in my space that I have invited them in. Administration. Now, administration is a little different. All right, here we go. Master your physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well being. This is on Instagram. I apologize. Master your physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional well being. Then everything you want in life will be laid out for you. Amen. I wish that people understood how important balance is. If we take, goodness, if we are taking probiotics to try and balance our gut health, what makes you think in life you don't have to balance out the things of life? Your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual health before you can feel balanced, right? Taking the time out to really understand balance is something that even I struggled with, right? Because I understand that there are times that I'm like, but I want it. I want it. I have a Christmas sweater and it says, but Santa, I want it. And then you flip the little sequence over and it says, and I need it. There are things that instead of being balanced, you just say, oh, but I want it. But I want it. I need it. I need it. When really you just want it. You're not ready because you're not balanced. So I had to tell myself I'm not getting what I want because I'm not balanced yet. What is it that I am out of sync with? Figure that out for yourself. Look at what you're doing for yourself and say, what is it that I'm out of sync with, right? So the administration, hello, Patty, good to see you. Looking for a gift when you are the gift. Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Sully. That's amazing. Thank you. The administration aspect of spiritual walks, spiritual gifts is being able to use the vision of God and put it in place for you to plan, organize, and lead others to Christ or to the goal of the church, right? So if that's still growing the population in your church, if that is making sure that you reach a certain amount for tithes and offering, those people that are able to see the vision, grow the vision, right, and put it into fruition, make it something that is realistic, that is done, right? Those are people that have the gifts of administration. Apostleship, they're able to plant churches, go into places that no one else is talking about spiritual walks and growth. They are going into those places and talking. Apostleship is one of those things. They go into the challenging environments, and they are strong and bold enough to do that. So apostleship, encouragement, and encouragement is one of my spiritual gifts. And I have acknowledged that encouragement, hospitality, knowledge. For some reason, God continues to give me knowledge, and there's no way for me to explain it. When I explain things to my patients, it is nothing that I know automatically. It's something that just comes that I say, "Oh, have you tried?" And they say, "Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense." It's not that I know it all of a sudden, it's what God imparts in me. So knowledge is one of those things. Learn about your gift through study, prayer, meditation, or seeking wisdom from spiritual mentors or texts. I agree 1000%, right? Here on Instagram, it says, be mindful of what you feed yourself, what you eat, what you watch, and the environment and people you surround and immerse yourself in. Boy, if I could high five you, I would. That another one of those times I wish I had the target, like bing, right on target, because that is what you are. I am in. There is not even a word to how much I am bubbling up on the inside. My spirit man is jumping. I'm so excited that you all are right on target. The things that I'm pointing out are things that are needed right in your spiritual walk for you to understand them, for in your mental walk, in the things that you need to do, like what let me see, Weapon Entertainment said, is that you need to be mindful of what you're feeding yourself. Are you feeding negativity? Right? Are you watching negativity? Are you putting yourself around people that are negative? Right? Immerse yourself in people that love you. Oh, hey, Lawrence, good to see you. I didn't know who it was. Right? So making sure that you are looking at exhort people that are able to exhort, like bring it up in the church, exhortation, pastoring, prophesying, evangelism. Um, oh goodness, what's some of the things that you all can think of? Uh, Giving, serving, speaking in tongues, leadership. Uh, Patty, I am so excited. So those of you that cannot see Instagram, Patty just told us about how God has kept her sober for 14 months. When you are going through a time um, of abuse, of neglect of for your body, right? Your physical man has been abused in a way, and then you're able to stand strong and keep it healthy for 14 months. Patty, I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. So since I've given you some examples on mental, I've given you some examples on physical, and I just gave you some examples on spiritual. You all let me know where you are sitting with these gifts. What do your gifts look like? Anybody want to share what your gifts look like? Right? I'm excited. Like I told you, my mental is positive self-talks, goal setting, and oh goodness, what was the other one I said? Um, Healthy coping mechanisms, right? My physical is just my ability to dance, kind of, and my flexibility, kind of, depending on the day. But my spiritual is hospitality, it's knowledge, and it's encouragement. I am still learning and growing in my gifts of prophecy. And there's just more to it. I'm still growing in that thing. But since we've talked about those things, what are your gifts? What do you feel that you have really grown and known more about who you are through your gifts, right? Um, so let's talk about life gifts real quick. The life gifts are a powerful gift that's already within us. So we're talking about energy, we're talking about our caring, we're talking about our generosity, we're talking about our drive, we're talking about our love. How do we love one another? How do we love each other? How do we love ourselves first and foremost? How are we loving, right? So Mr. Lawrence said the worship and veneration, I believe that is, of Christ should not be externalized by the church, but should also be internalized by meditation. We are spirits having a human experience. Yes, 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 and yes. We are. This human experience, sometimes I feel like I am an alien in a world unknown. It's what it feels like. So, making sure that you are having a positive human experience, there it is. Figure out what your gifts are and utilize them. But most importantly, we've been given the ability to choose. You have a choice. Like Patty has made a choice. All of you have come on tonight. You have made a choice. And I am ever so grateful for you choosing to come to Real Resilient Conversations. Even though it's our last one for the year, because of you, we're able to continue to grow. We're able to provide product. We're able to grow our market so that we are more accessible for those, not just here in San Antonio, in the greater area of San Antonio, but for those of you that are looking for speakers and looking for a podcast, if you wanted to be interviewed, we are open to have you on a platform because we want you to share your life. Because resiliency is not just about Quita. Resiliency is about what you have learned, how you've done it, and to help other people, to uplift and encourage other people with the way that you have been blessed, right? So usually with our gifts, it is because we're trying to create a deeper, lasting impact. We want to give intangible values. So we want to listen. We want to help other people that are in need. We want to make sure that we are spending time with people. Listen, especially during this time, right? The holidays are hard. Spend quality time with people. That means when you're on the phone, listen. When you're video chatting, pay attention. Give your undivided attention. This is the time to do it, right? These are gifts, right? That are just as valuable as time, right? It's not a me thing, it's a we thing. I hear that. All right, Mr. Gordon, you own it. All right, here it is. It says our body vessel is a spiritual suit that we use to interact in this vibration. We all have the divine spark within us in our spirit. So when we pray internally, we cultivate and manifest our gifts. Amen. Amen. All right, so make sure that you are utilizing those intangible gifts, intangible values, personal connections, and making sure that whatever gift you give lasts longer than the occasion. So after you leave, your gift should still be along with them, and they should be valued. They should value what you have given to them, just like you should value what someone has given to you. The time that they have taken, the work that they have put in just to give to you. Be receptive as you are giving, right? All right. So my challenge to you is to find your gift before the end of 2024. Find your gift. Share it with the people who are deserving of it. Share your compassion, share your forgiveness, not with them first, but with yourself first. Forgive yourself for making a decision to give that no good son of a gun a chance. Forgive yourself for making the wrong financial decision. Forgive yourself for not taking care of your health first. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Fill in the blank. Forgive yourself. Show compassion to yourself the same way that you show compassion to others. You deserve it. You are worth it. If I could hug you, I would. I'm a hugger. So I have to keep my hands clasped so I don't, because I want to hug you. Your gifts are not just for yourself, as we talked about, it's for the other people around you. Like Mr. Gordon just said, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. It's for others around you. The way that you love on those around you, the way that you impact others around you, the way that you grow others around you, the way that you encourage the people, the way that you help other people to concentrate so they can make the grade, so they can pass the grade, whatever it is. Find your gift. Don't misuse it. Don't abuse it. Don't lose it because of your neglect, because of your misunderstanding, because of you denying your gift. Discrediting your gift is not what we're doing. We're going into 25 gift heavy, and ready to give. This season, this time, before you go in 2024, know what your gifts are, give them accordingly, and receive them all the same. So that's my time. I know I went over a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I pray I said something that helps your inner man to be more aware and to spark awareness, to spark joy, peace, and happiness within you. If you have not followed us, please take the time out to follow us, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the great things that we have coming. So we're going to see you in 2025 with more interviews, more products, more conversations, just for you, just for you. And so our first show will be on my best friend's birthday. I know, right? My best friend's birthday will be on the 13th of January. We will be celebrating our very first show for 2025. That is my gift to her. She doesn't even know it. So I'm going to make sure and be a blessing. This is the time to be a blessing. Sow seeds where needed in order to grow your gift, and make sure that when it is harvest time, you're ready to give your gift accordingly. Be safe, give love, receive love, and receive peace. I pray unto you until we see again, until we see each other again. Love you most. Bye, y'all.